It's been more than 4 decades since the northern Midlands town of Longford echoed with the full throttle roar of race cars. Today, veteran driver Scotty Taylor stepped back in time, giving one of his favourite vintage cars a workout on the famous Flying Mile as part of the Longford Revival Festival. He clocked times close to 200 kilometres an hour. Earlier this week, Fiona Breen caught up with this unashamed revhead at his workshop nicknamed the Toy House.
It's not Monaco or Le Mans, but for motorsport enthusiast Scotty Taylor, it's a chance to reenact motor racing history. The Longford Revival Festival is an excuse to drag the race gear out of storage and take his 1954 ACA sports car for a spin.
I think it's great that these blokes have got it together for Longford, because Tassie's a great motorsport thing.
Getting behind the wheel, and Scotty Taylor is happy. The car runs perfectly. It doesn't show its age, and nor does the driver. The veteran of racing, who is coy about his age, today reached speeds of 180 kilometres an hour. From 1953 to 1968, the Longford circuit was a destination for some of the best drivers of the era, including Jack Brabham and Bruce McLaren. All that's visible now is the Flying Mile, a section of the track which is usually a busy road. It's been closed specially for this weekend's speed events. A nondescript Hobart warehouse, known to family and friends as Scottys Toy House, holds a growing collection of vintage race cars. The 1954 ACA Sports and a 1977 Tirana hatchback are favourites.
The hatchback's certainly a favourite of the Australian cars, and the AC, because of its importance overseas, is fairly important when you, as you know, when I go overseas, they're pretty rare cars, these, so quite pleased to have them.
Since retiring from business 5 years ago, the mechanic and Bathurst racing veteran spends a lot of time tinkering on his cars, often with his neighbour of 25 years, Dan Perdue.
Oh, let's hear it.
The toy house is getting crowded.
I had 2 or 3 cars, and then I need a bit of room, so I got the warehouse here, and it's just developed from there. And because we've got a couple of cars that are unique, people actually offer you some cars. Would you be interested in this? And you hear about them, and before you know it, you've got 12 or 14 cars in the workshop.
He doesn't just have cars in the toy house. In storage in Britain are his pride and joy. 3 vintage Formula One cars, worth more than $2 million. Every year he goes overseas to race the cars on famous tracks.
The race tracks over there are fantastic. You know, Monaco and Nürburgring and Spa and all these fabulous tracks.
This weekend it's Longford. Next month he'll be at Monza, home of the Italian Grand Prix. And in the following 5 months he'll race the circuits of Europe and the UK, living a petrolhead's dream.
It's terrific, really, because if you've been around motor racing long as I have, 40-odd years, and you read about and see about all these old racetracks, and now to actually race on them with these historic Formula One cars, it's just fantastic.
He's had some success. Wife of more than 40 years, Elaine, has been documenting his adventures, gathering a collection of memorabilia along the way. Is it a fun life for you as well? I mean, he's having fun. Is it fun for you?
Well, he's not home, so I enjoy going out to the different tracks and different areas and different people. So it is fun, but quite often I let him go by himself or with, you know, some mate, other men usually, because you'll find that there's not a lot of women at the tracks.
As long as he can pass the strict medicals required for an international licence, Scotty Taylor intends to keep up the pace. He's got a lot more races left in him and a few more tracks to conquer.
Yeah, I want to keep going for a few years yet if I can. And I'm still aggressive enough, I still go quick enough, and I'm still up the front. So I want to stay there as long as I can with the people that I enjoy racing with.